Aquarius, welcome to your reading. So before I start shuffling the cards, I do want to mention that the 2026 AstroHouse Deep Dive readings are coming out. So this is a tarot reading for the astrology houses, and I do it for each zodiac sign. But the readings themselves are about an hour in length. The ones I've recorded so far are just over an hour. And so with that, you're only going to be able to find them on my YouTube and Rumble channels, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. TikTok, it's too long of a format. So with that, if you're watching this on TikTok, I will try to link my YouTube below in the description box, or you can always go into where my channel is. It's at Tarot with Michelle. So if you plug in that handle into YouTube, you'll find me. So with that, Aquarius, let's dive into your reading. Oh, and I keep forgetting to mention this. Those are going to come out on December 19th at the same time as the new moon in Sagittarius. So the new moon is at 8:43 p.m. Eastern time, my time zone. I'm going to release them at 9. Now let's get into your reading. Current energy. What's influencing you? What do you need to focus on? And your past? And your strength? Didn't even get the word out. Okay, so what else do you need to know? What else is influencing this? Your hopes or fears? And your potential outcome? And so again, this video is going to be available on TikTok at Tarot with Michelle and on YouTube and Rumble, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. So looking here, bottom of the deck, I'm getting the 7 of Cups. Now the 7 of Cups, it can be a confusing, overwhelming energy. I'm picking it more from the opportunity standpoint where there's a lot that's happening all at the same time. It's connected to growth and expansion. There's something that you did, and now it feels like the floodgates are open and things are just coming towards you. These are opportunities that are meant to show up for you. Now, some of them are going to be kind of short-term. Some of them are going to be more long-term goals. But whatever these opportunities are, they're right here in front of you. So when I look at your current energy, this is exactly why. So I'm getting Temperance, Sagittarius. It's the Alchemist. This is you manifesting goals and dreams. This is your goals and dreams showing up. Now, it can be a little bit overwhelming, like I said, because everything is kind of hitting all at once. But I feel like you can handle that. It doesn't seem to be a problem at all because I've got the 6 of Cups influencing the Temperance card. And so that kind of steady balance that Temperance gives, that all things in moderation, it's coming from a place of happiness and joy. These are things that you want in your life. These are people, experiences, opportunities that you want. But again, not everything needs to be addressed right now. The way it's coming through, some of this is meant for right now. And some of these you can kind of almost put off to the side and address it later. And so when I look at what you need to focus on, I'm getting the Page of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. And so very similar energy. The King is focused on long-term stability, long-term success. The Page is, okay, well, what do we need to do to get there? And so this is a lot of thoughtful planning, figuring out of these opportunities, what is for right now? How do you achieve it? What's for later on? Do you need to do anything with it right now? Or is it just in the kind of planning phases? So it's about kind of almost dissecting these opportunities, figuring out just a strategy in order to make them all happen. That's what you're being encouraged to do. It's not about doing it all at once. It's taking your time, being methodical and strategic in your approach. So the Ace of Swords is showing up here in the past. This is clarity. This is clarity. The way that this is coming through, so I'm getting a tingling on my left side again. So this is where I get messages. And so there's something about messages coming through, but it's also the awareness within yourself that something needed to shift or that you were ready for some sort of opening, because this Ace of Swords said, okay, let's clear the path. Let's get you ready. Let's open things up. And now you're in this kind of alchemist. I can manifest anything that I want because I know how to do it. I know I'm in my right space, mentally, emotionally. There's something about this. It occurred to you in the past that this was what you needed to do. So it was almost like something clicked into place. And now things are starting to unfold, that things are moving in the right direction. Showing up here in your strength position, we have the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is a shift in perspective. So it's getting you to act from a place of positivity, focusing on balance, instead of acting from a place of loss. Because when you act from a place of loss, real easy to get off track because you're not seeing things correctly. You're not seeing them clearly, and you want to be able to see them clearly. And so I do get the sense here, this is connected to the Ace of Swords. Something happened here in the past. Something clicked into place. And with that, you're able to manifest, it feels like much quicker than you have been in the past. Whatever this is, keep it up because things are moving in the right direction because of the actions that you're taking. And then showing up here in the near future, I'm getting the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles, it's mastering a skill. It says you have all the tools that you need in order to manifest exactly what you want. So when it comes to figuring out which opportunities need to be addressed right now, and really what the overall strategy is for all of these things coming your way, it does tell me with the Eight of Pentacles that you'll figure it out. I'm not worried about that. You're not worried about it. I'm just getting this kind of like easygoing energy from you where things are just kind of rolling over you. They're just rolling over you. Even if you find that this would normally be overwhelming, it's like, nope, these are just meant to be here and I will get to them when I get to them. That's what I'm picking up from you. Okay. So when I look at the external influences, how the universe is shaping the situation, I'm getting the Eight of Swords, which is that self-imposed prison of the mind. But with that, I'm getting the Ace of Wands. So all the thinking, the overthinking, the analyzing that has taken place is really showing you the direction that you need to go. I'm also getting the sense here that the universe did something. So I'm not getting a tower, but it's almost that kind of energy. You received some sort of wake-up call. And that wake-up call said, if you stay in your mind and you continue to just overthink things, you're never going to take the action necessary to make it happen. And so you're being encouraged to take action here, which is the Ace of Wands. And so the Ace of Swords feels like it's the clarity that you needed to get out of your head, to do something about it, to really open yourself up to receiving these opportunities. Because you've been doing the work to make them happen. It was just a matter of, were you ready? Were you really open to receive? Now you are. And so when I look at your hopes or fears, I'm getting a lot of aces out here. So new beginning energy all over the place. I'm seeing an Ace of Cups with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is making a decision. Ace of Cups is coming from the heart. So you want this new beginning. You want to see it clearly. You want to know this is the best option for you. You want to move in that direction, but listening to yourself, trusting your intuition here. It's really the shift that comes with the Five of Cups and this kind of opening yourself up to all of this abundance. And then showing up here in your potential outcome, I'm getting the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, self-love, self-care. So you're taking care of yourself, your needs. Something feels like it's falling into place with that Queen of Cups. So let's get more information. Let's start with the Temperance here with the Six of Cups. Death card, Scorpio, change and transformation. You've been undergoing some sort of change. And with that, I get the sense very easily that you're able to shed old ways of operating. You're not holding on to any of that. I don't feel like you want to. I feel like once that realization hits that this is not going to work for you, like this method, this old way of thinking, or just an old approach, when you have that realization that it no longer belongs, you immediately release it. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck and the Queen of Cups over here in the outcome energy are now showing up with the King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So when you're planning for success in the long term and you're building out your strategy, tackling these one at a time, two at a time, whatever makes sense for you, this Queen of Cups says you're doing it from the heart. You're listening to yourself. You're looking at it realistically from a stability standpoint, that building that solid foundation, but also paying attention to overexerting yourself. That if you were to try and tackle everything all at once, it'd be overwhelming. You would get depleted. It just would not be in your best interest. So it feels like there's a lot of compassion, but also stability. So as you're building things out, you're making sure that you're designating time for yourself, that you're not trying to overwhelm yourself along the way. You're not trying to rush a situation here. You'll take whatever time you need in order to make this all happen. Tell me about that Ace of Swords. Temperance. So the Temperance here is showing up again. And so this is about manifesting. It's coming through as the Alchemist pretty loud and clear in this reading. And so the Ace of Swords showing up with it tells me the clarity kicked in, that in order to manifest what you want, you need to be in a very solid, grounded place. You need to be emotionally grounded and balanced. And that's exactly where this shows up from a strength standpoint. It was kind of like a switch flipped within you. There's something about your response and the realization. You might be getting a lot of kind of quick messages and you immediately act, or this kind of sudden realization around something and know that that's exactly right and I need to embrace it. I'm getting that kind of energy from you in addition to the go with the flow. That tells me that you're evolving, spiritually evolving, you're raising your vibration, you're learning to trust your higher self, your spirit guides, your intuition, you're learning to trust all of it quicker, easier, no second guessing. So with the Five of Cups, I'm getting the Two of Wands. And so the Two of Wands, a lot of repeating cards out here. So the Two of Wands that shows up here in your hopes or fears, you want to make a decision, but you want to see exactly what it is that you're aiming towards so that you know you're putting the right plan into place, you're moving in the right direction. That's where the balance is coming into play, because you recognize that in order to really see it, you need to be in that energy. You need to be balanced. And then you can make the decision and take the action. Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles. Lovers. So Gemini energy, it's also about relationships. So take it as it resonates. It's also about choices that you make and choosing from the heart. And so when it comes to you making the best decisions for yourself, you don't need to look outside you. All of the answers exist within you. The Eight of Pentacles says you have everything that you need. You've mastered this. Listening to your intuition, what I've been picking up on, where the response feels immediate. You get a sign, you react. You get knowledge, you react. There's no hesitation, at least not what I'm picking up on. And that is exactly what the universe wants you to do. It's kind of trust the process. When you start trusting it at that level, things happen much quicker because you're not resisting it. And things are going to show up exactly when you're ready. You're just ready quicker. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. Okay. Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is about moving towards something calm and stable. I'm getting the Five of Pentacles. It's getting out of your head, moving on, not letting this hold you back, not letting that kind of analysis paralysis prevent you from taking any action. Because I've got the Wheel of Fortune showing up here too. And so what the universe did was something here. It's coming through as a Wheel of Fortune. I feel it more like a tower energy where all of a sudden you had this breakthrough that said, I need to move forward. I need to do something different. This is where you embody the alchemist and you say, in order to manifest, I have to listen. I have to explore. I have to just surrender to the process and just listen to the nudges that I'm getting, those signs, those synchronicities. That got you out of your head and it created the pathway for these opportunities to show up. With the Ace of Wands, I'm getting the Justice card, Libra energy. So a lot of balance, acting from a balanced place was always going to be in your best interest. And you recognize that and you're doing it. Tell me about the Two of Wands here with the Ace of Cups. Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands, putting down all of the burdens, the responsibilities here. Yeah, this is about closing out a cycle so that you're free to go after what you want. That transformation that is picked up a little bit here with the Death card and even with the Five of Cups. You're done. You're already in this new energy. You surrendered to the process. And it feels like it happened here in the recent past with this Ace of Swords and a Tower that I'm not seeing in the cards, but I'm picking up energetically. That was the completion that you were looking for, the closing of an old cycle, the one where you hesitated, resisted, overthought, all of that. Now it's about taking action. And you want that. You want this new beginning. You want to make the right decisions for yourself. Tell me about this Queen of Cups in the outcome. Queen of Wands. So taking action, leading with your heart. I love this energy. This feels very solid and very much in alignment with this Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles, because it feels like you're planning for something grounded and stable. You're letting your heart lead the way, or at least be a contributing factor. Your emotional well-being, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. And it feels like here you're doing the same thing. You come up with some sort of strategy, you're implementing it here in the outcome energy, and you're making sure that your needs are continuously being met, that you're not overdoing it or depleting your own energy. So Aquarius, we're going to take this into the extended. We're going to get any kind of hidden truth, any hidden messages here that you need to know. We'll get messages from your higher self or your spirit guides, advice on how to stay on track, and then how all of this will play out over the next month. So if you're interested, link is below. Otherwise, I will see you soon. Take care.